Hello, everyone, and welcome to greatness. My name is Matt Bowyer. Crap. This is gonna be hard. Okay. Let's do it. Woo! 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 That was significantly further than I thought I would get on my first run. This is start to finish. This is Celeste. I'm doing stuff. I'm hitting spikes. Everything's going great. I'm hitting spikes again. I'm recording this on the day I'm going to put it up, which is nice. So it is... Okay. It is a Friday before the Christmas times. I missed the thing. I missed the bouncy pad. Which is to say that my heart is not in any of the work that I'm doing. Oh, so close. The song's really good. What's the other chapter that I missed? What do I do there? Like, what's the theme of it? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to dodge the lady shooting the lasers at me in this one, aren't I? Man, that was hard. This guy sucks. Whoop! Uh-oh. Can't quite make it through there. Yet. That's not gonna do it for me. Megan is here reading a book. She will not be on the video. I asked her if she minded me coming in here and dying on spikes. She said that was okay. It's the entire lead-in. She knows what I do. She knows my tricks and manners, she might say. Spikes! We're going to top 7,000 deaths today. We may have already. I was at 6939 when I came in. So that's really exciting, I suppose. This room is a real problem. Oops. I wonder what the single hardest room in this game is. I know I haven't seen it. Oops. For some reason, the background color is screwing me up with the feather ball a little bit. Not a ton, but a little bit. That's not gonna work. I went way too far down. I just kind of lose sight of it, but I'm also looking really far ahead. I don't even know what I would do on assist mode for this. Maybe slow it down. What is up with this? Oh, pinball. I've only ever played like 2 or 3 actual pinball tables, and 2 of them were in Disney World. But I don't remember which one what I was playing in Disney World. Uh-oh. Megan, the place where they do the pinball is gone now, right? In Disney World? I will translate what you say to everyone else. Disney Quest. That was replaced with the NBA experience, which is I like the NBA. I like the NBA more than I like pinball. But I'm pretty sure that they don't just have Giannis Antetokounmpo in Disney World at all times. He seems like a fairly busy man. I know they had a bunch of NBA players there to open it when it opened earlier this year. So I've got to land a little bit on the left side of our friend here and then land almost straight vertical on our other friend. Ah, boy, that was too much. There we go. Oh, no, I did it! I did it! I did it! What's going on here? What do you want? Go. Oopsies! Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, he got me. I love this guy. Ah, I missed him! What am I supposed to do here? Like... Oh! Okay. What? Oh! Huh. I thought I had to get him to go across the side, but that's wrong because he's got the big blockies, which means he doesn't do that. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Ah! Megan says, it's a basketball-themed arcade. That sounds fun for me. I like basketball. Is there anything WNBA at the NBA experience? Oh, no. Good. All right, so it's not just... I'm through! That was really quite fast for me. So, okay, there's... Whoop. Oh, that's fun. The idea of being a referee in the NBA is definitely something that everyone says they'd be really good at. Uh-oh. Fun. I like Disney World. And I like basketball. Do they just... Okay, she said I can also get on a draft day stage. Do they... I bet... Oh, you can already purchase, like, the hats that they have draftees wear. Oh. Oh, so that almost worked. That almost worked. This is quite... all the room. Ah! 5,000 square feet of NBA store is a lot of NBA store. I need to get some WNBA merchandise. There's not enough of it. I need to rep the Mystics because Elena Delle Donne is my favorite player. Narrowly followed by Christy Tolliver. Oh, you're going to have to either grab a microphone or come over here and say that so people can hear it so I can respond to it. I regret to inform you that I can't make my... I have a very good joke to make off of what you just said. Okay. I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do. I do. I'm just not doing it. Woo, woo.
Okay, hi, I'm here. Do you want to,
Hi, I assume...
Before you go a second, do you want to check my levels to make sure I'm audible?
Yes.
If you could stop hitting buttons on the controller for literally 5 seconds.
Yes. Let me just lean up from the couch here. Not disturb the cat as much as possible.
Hello, I'm talking into a microphone. How am I doing?
I think you're good. I think you're good.
Okay, so what I said...
I want to go in here.
Sure you do. So I was talking about so at the NBA experience at Walt Disney World, there is a 5,000 square foot retail store which has NBA and WNBA merchandise. And check out a new line of products created specifically for the NBA experience featuring Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy in basketball action poses. Don't worry, this is actual text from the website. Don't worry, Mickey doesn't have a favorite team. So you can find him representing all teams on water bottles, patches, and more.
So he's basically Snoop Dogg.
I see no difference.
Isn't there also... I'm glad you're here, Megan.
Mickey and Snoop Dogg have a lot in common. We've long known
Has
this.
Mickey rapped? You
Oh,
don't...
I'm sure.
All right, at least find me some names. You don't have to. You don't have to
I'll
read me
Google
lyrics because I love you. But there's got to be like a late 80s, early 90s, really unfortunate Mickey Mouse rap song. Oh, it's so close, but I didn't get it.
From an LA Times article dated November 18th, 1994, written by a high school student before it got reprinted on the LA Times website. Written by Gina Wilson, who at the time was a student at Kennedy High School. With all the rap and hip-hop songs making #1 on the music charts, it was just a matter of time before Disney decided to join the bandwagon. The new Disney album, titled Mickey Unwrapped,
Oh no!
recently hit the shelves. Most of the songs on the album parody hit rap singles. Take the first single released to radio stations, Whoomp There It Went, a duet featuring Tag Team and Mickey Mouse. The song's childish lyrics and old beat make it a chore just to sit through.
I bet this is on Spotify.
There are others. I'll spare you.
I want to know the names of. I want a track listing now. You don't have to read me lyrics. I just want a track listing, and I want to know. Is anyone like our? I was assuming it was just going to be Mickey doing bad rapping. I was ill prepared for the idea that potentially actual musical artists would be on this with him. I like Disney stuff, and the idea of Mickey Mouse rapping fills me with absolute terror.
I can't even. This hurts me.
The idea of like if there was like a Muppet rap album, though, I would be streaming that right now, and this would get pulled down off of YouTube.
I can't.
I believe in you. I love you.
Me. I won't do it. You can Google this on your own. It is not hard to find.
Oh, at least okay. Can you at least tell me if there are any other rappers on it that like or hip hop artists that we've heard of?
Color Me Bad.
Great.
And Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
That's it. Tag Team, Color Me Bad, and Whoopi Goldberg for some reason.
Okay. That's interesting. I'm not too surprised by like Whoopi Goldberg showing up on a Disney thing, but that seems rough. I know what to do here. I'm just not doing it. I did it. This one's moving around. Why are you moving around so much? Stop moving around so much. Come back. Oopsies. Oh, that's gonna be something. And send me over.
The Muppets, it doesn't appear they've had an actual album of rapping, although they've released a lot of albums because they're the Muppets.
I love the Muppets.
The Muppets have rapped a lot.
Fantastic.
Frequently on Sesame Street when rappers are their guest stars.
That just sounds good.
There is a Muppets version of My Name Is by Eminem.
What?
I'm going to have to watch that later.
I need you to at least repeat that. I know that everyone heard you, but I need you to repeat that.
There is a Muppets version of My Name Is by Eminem.
Oh, gosh. I wonder who's in it.
You know what? The mic won't pick it up. I'm watching this.
Yeah, make sure to... Alright, I can hear it from far away. Can you turn it down a little bit just for otherwise I'm really distracted because I want to listen to it too. That's amazing. I love the Muppets. I keep missings. Okay. Let me not overthink this. Woo! There we go.
I don't think this is official.
Oh.
I think it's somebody just picking up It's just somebody grabbing clips of the Muppets and setting it to "My name is" so it looks like they're doing it. Scooter is playing the part of.
Okay,
of
that's fine.
That's less fun.
That's less fun. That's less fun.
There is a complex.com, whatever that is, has
I know Complex.
has 24 amazing mashup videos of the Muppets rapping.
Yeah, Complex is just
Again, I don't know if these are real or if this is people just grabbing clips.
I mean, the internet is for many things. I was I feel like I had thoughts about the internet, but not bad thoughts in once. But I'm a little bit busy. So I'll save them for next time I have you on something that is less intense. How have the Disney movies been going, Megan?
They've been improving steadily since we got out of the World War II era. Something that you told me, but I didn't fully believe you at the time, was that Disney as we know it, and Disney's reputation as we know it, is a product of the 1990s. And I know that for people who are our age, who were born in the 80s or even maybe a little bit before, they're like, no, I grew up on Disney. It always had this reputation of, and it did, but not based on the films.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what you mean by that reputation?
Disney's reputation for being...
Take me away. What's going on? What's happening? Hang on. Please continue. I'm dead.
That was really something.
I'm so glad that happened on camera.
What I mean is Disney's existence as a powerhouse, as like the go-to for family-friendly entertainment and particularly animated movies. I mean, that's what, when you say Disney, that is what people think of first, is the animated films.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King.
And even the older ones, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Snow White.
Yeah.
And with good reason. I mean, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, it is well known that was the first feature-length animated film ever. So that's cool. But a lot of these early movies, we're learning from Wikipedia now, did not do well when they were initially released. They like Peter Pan bombed. Bambi was a box office flop. Sleeping Beauty was a box office bomb. After Sleeping Beauty failed so hard that they did not make another princess movie until The Little Mermaid. And that makes no sense when you think how those are remembered. But a lot of that, Disney's reputation, the Disney magic came from...
Spike. From Spikes. It came from Spikes.
It came from Spikes. This is true.
Spikes in revenue from shorter films.
It did. It came from... I mean, that's... You're being...
I know. That's 100%
clever.
true.
Well done.
It's 100% true, what I just said.
Disney in the 40s and 50s was the same as Disney is now, which is to say they had a lot of things that they were doing. They didn't own multiple properties the way they do now, but it was...
It's fine.
Disney made a lot more live action movies under the Walt Disney banner. A lot of their live action films they've spun off into other studios like Touchstone, other imprints, but Walt Disney live action family friendly films were huge in the 50s and 60s. They had short films. I mean, Mickey Mouse did not become akin to Bugs Bunny for nothing. It was short films. A lot of television. Walt was I know it's like we're all on a first name basis with him. We are.
It helps to differentiate.
That's what he wanted.
Between...
That's how he wanted it. Everyone called him Walt, so everyone still does. It
it
does help differentiate between the person and the company. Walt was a big believer in television. The Wonderful World of Disney, I think, started airing in They didn't take that thing off the air until possibly 15 minutes ago. We used to watch it in my house because we had the Disney Channel every Sunday night. Here is something family friendly, not necessarily a kids movie, but something appropriate for all ages. And every Sunday night with a little intro from Walt Disney. Of course, when I was alive, it was a taped thing. It was a rerun, and Disneyland and later on Disney World. It's just funny that the filmic reputation really didn't build until the 80s when the Disney Renaissance started with The Little Mermaid, and then a lot of so then the older generation, like our parents, were remembering, it's like, oh yeah, I saw these movies when I was younger. I liked them. Those were great. Now they're on video. Let's buy them for our children. And so it began. Disney also re-released a lot of these movies multiple times within a very short span of time. Like, I think Dumbo actually did very well.
What am I doing back here?
I don't know. We're talking about Dumbo.
Ah!
Dumbo did well at the box office for some reason. I mean, it's cute, but
that was not one I watched with you.
It's cute. It's kind of all you can say about it. And it's like they re-released it again 3 years later. It's like they did not sleep on the re-releases. And honestly, that and the package films, as they call them, the ones they released during World War II because they didn't have the money or the staff to do anything else, just short collections, are what kept the studio going for a long time. But yeah, it's just funny that Disney, as this entertainment powerhouse, and these purveyors of magical fairy tales, is very recent.
And then I think also kind of like recent again. Because, I mean, it got bad.
Yeah.
Like, Disney...
There was a drop after Tarzan.
They fell.
They did.
After Tarzan.
Pixar kept them going.
Like, and Pixar was the one that's synonymous with quality.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, I mean, we're talking about like the Home on the Range and Chicken Little run.
Yeah.
That
we haven't.
I haven't seen. I've not seen any.
Maybe
of
they'll
those.
surprise us.
They won't.
They might.
They might. And of course, now you and I are like, we've seen. I've seen more Pixar films than you. Aha.
It's true. I am gonna watch every Pixar film.
I've seen multiple Pixar films that you have not.
So Monsters Inc. and Coco.
Yes, that's them.
2 whole movies.
That's help me. Oh, hang on, it's happening.
How did you survive that?
Wah!
How are you not dead? Explain yourself.
It's taped. It's taped. Everyone saw it. Everyone saw it. I'm going to have to look at that when I'm editing it. Can you keep me posted when it's like 10 till?
Yeah.
I forgot to bring a clock over.
Yeah, it's 4:18 at the moment.
What's going on over here? What's in this room? Everything looks
utter
friendly
nonsense,
here.
I'll bet.
I got to go up top. I don't want to go up top. I don't want to do any of this. Oh, gosh. This room is huge. Take me. Nice. All right. I'm not making that jump yet. Whoa. Oh, spike on top. That's a problem.
All right, so rapid fire. Here are the movies I've watched so far, and generally what I thought of them. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's okay. It's very old, so it just has a lot of storytelling conventions.
What was that about, sir? Come back. Come back. Oh, that is wild.
You did really well, considering.
Come back. Hey. Oh, I'm dead.
Man, you do that fast.
I do. Wow. Snow White and Seven Dwarfs.
It's weird.
I didn't see it.
It plays kind of like almost like a collection of shorts than a full movie, but it's interesting to see, where it all began, and the dwarves are pretty great. Grumpy has become the most popular dwarf, I think, because a lot of people like the idea of a crank.
Uh-oh.
Frankly, Grumpy is my favorite character because he's the only person in the movie who has his shit together.
Hey.
Oh, I'm
we
sorry.
We keep it clean here.
We don't swear on this? Okay.
Make a note. At whatever time it is.
At 4.
I got to fix that.
Yes.
And that's not me being like, I'm not wrathful over here or anything.
You are.
But I do want to bleep that out.
That's really.
He's got his mess together.
That's the thing. There's not a good way to say that. There's not
a
good way to say that phrase without the swear. It just sounds weak. I'm sorry.
He knows where the poop goes. I missed it. I missed everything up there. He knows where the poop goes.
You let me swear on the other series.
I do, and we're probably done swearing on start to finish.
What? No, I quit.
We are. You can't quit.
Yes, I can.
It's a lifetime contract.
I most certainly can. I can just refuse to do any more videos with you.
Uh-oh. Hello, friend. How are you today? I'm back at the beginning. What do I do now?
This is where I started from.
Uh-oh.
Oop.
Okay. Okay.
Come on back, sir.
I'm a little concerned. Oh, no! I ran out of... Okay. It's okay. So if that happens again, I can just do a little do-si-do action for a little bit. Uh-oh. Oh. Faster, faster, faster. Understood. Understood. So what was next?
Pinocchio. I had seen Pinocchio. It was one of the ones we owned when I was a kid.
Uh-oh. There's a lot I gotta do here.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, boy.
So in the grand tradition of children everywhere, I probably watched it something like 18 times. But I didn't really remember it. And that movie's weird.
That's a very strange film.
Matt
That one I watched
that one with
you.
me. He hadn't seen it before.
No.
I can say you hadn't seen it before. You are right here.
I am. I'm present and accounted for. That feels good. That feels good when I do that. Uh-oh. That's
you
not gonna
jumped
work.
too early.
I did. Do I have to get it back on the other side? Oh, boy. I'm excited to learn this. I'm excited to learn this. Yeah, my entire knowledge of Pinocchio was... Oh, it took too long. I didn't take too long at all.
Oh.
I'm dead. Was a world in Kingdom Hearts 3D, and the fact that there's a whale.
There's a whale.
The whale is less of the film than I thought it was, and he has upsetting human molars, and I'm down here now. That was not where I meant to go. I'm looking for the whale. Also, Jiminy Cricket sucks.
Jiminy Cricket is really bad at his
sucks.
job. Jiminy Cricket kind of
That's
sucks.
a shame, because I like Jiminy Cricket in Kingdom Hearts when he is sassing me about...
He's a little sassy in the movie. Hey, that looked good.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's what I do, though. That's what I do.
That is what you do.
And then the thing's open. I can do this. I can do this. What's
And-
next?
Next is Fantasia. I hated it.
I
It
got
took me
dunked.
2 days to watch it because I had to tap out in the middle because it's so boring. I'm sorry. I know it's a classic, but it stinks.
I mean, sometimes classics are just classics because they're old and bad. Like, that's like a truth about, especially about literature. Sometimes old things aren't worth your time. That is not necessarily true about like Fantasia, but just because it's classic doesn't mean it's good.
Right. Yeah. Remember, all of these opinions are my own. If you love Fantasia, good for you. It is now available on Disney Plus. You can watch it whenever you like, and I hope you do.
All of my opinions, however, are legally binding.
It's true.
And here is a selection of them. Kawhi Leonard is very good at the basketball. Trans rights are human rights.
I don't mean to laugh at that particular statement. It was more that what it followed. Like, how did
Everything's
we go
very
from,
important.
How do we go from? I like how these appear to be on equal footing.
They're not. They're not. These are listed in no particular order. Ah! And games were better before.
That's a lie, and you know it.
I used to be good at them. Come back! Thank you!
You were good at them on Sunday when we played Skies of Arcadia.
Wow!
Also available as a fine start-to-finish product. Now
boy.
complete. Ah!
What am I doing?
You did it!
That was all instinct. I never looked at it. I never looked at it. Oh my goodness. Ah! Oh no. Oh, this is the bad part. It's the bad part. I'm having a very good time. What time is it, if you don't mind?
4:25.
Crap, I have time. All right, this is the home stretch, and that the home stretch is the back 9, which is half of it. So what's after Pinocchio?
Well, then we went out of order because there's a Disney film currently in theaters, and that is Frozen 2.
Frozen 2 is very good.
Frozen 2 is very good.
Am I going to have to, like, run out of here?
Maybe. Go see it. It's very good.
This is cool. Oh, I like free fall. Wee. 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 Ooh, wee, ooh, ooh. Ah.
Sploosh.
I love that. Spike's over there. I almost dove into the water again. Okay.
I love those guys.
I'm going to have to hop down off of him early. Okay. Oops. That's okay. I can do that. That's fine.
I love these bear things.
Yeah. That's not going to do it.
Great noise.
Delightful thwomps. We need more delightful thwomps in our lives.
Thwomps
Be the thwomp you want to see in the world.
Branded thwomps are also delightful. All thwomps are delightful.
Oh. Oh. I thought I was lower down than I actually was.
Turning my microphone off.
Oh, come back to me. Come back to me. What's next in the films?
Dumbo.
I did not watch Dumbo.
Dumbo's cute. Has some... Oh, hey.
I spotted that at the last possible second.
Has some unfortunate stereotyping in it in the character of the crows. Made somewhat better in that they are voiced by actual African Americans, but
maybe also not made better by that.
But also maybe not made better by that. You feel bad for the actors. You know, they were doing what they had to do.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, if you wanted to work,
there's authenticity, and then there's and then it's they act different from us, so let's giggle at it. The shame is they have a song called "When I See an Elephant Fly" that I actually really like.
Yeah. So what's after Dumbo?
Yeah, what's after Dumbo? Dumbo is cute. Aside from that, what is after Dumbo?
What am I doing?
Bambi. I did not like Bambi.
I did not watch Bambi.
I was unimpressed by Bambi.
I was surprised to read about it and find out there's like a whole bunch more of that movie.
Everyone focuses on Bambi as a baby because the first half of that movie is aggressively cute. I think that's where Disney's reputation for cutesiness came from, is that movie. I don't know. Not a whole lot happens. It's like The Lion King if you took literally all of the plot out of it.
Which we'll see again later, apparently. All right, I need to test actually dashing to the left there and seeing what is coming up in case I need to save my dash. But first, we gotta explore it.
Yeah.
So that thing I did. Okay, I'm gonna do it this time.
Okay.
I'm gonna really do it this time. You can trust me. Okay.
You did it. You were right. Bambi also had actual little kids voice the various woodland creatures as little children, and I like that.
Oh yeah.
Gave authenticity and additional adorableness to the feature. But overall, it was just kind of fine.
Whoopsies. After Bambi, what do we have?
Next we have...
I appreciate you just kind of hanging out with me and reading what you've been watching.
Next we enter the weird stretch. These are, after this we hit World War II.
So we'll probably gloss over these.
We'll gloss over them. I just want to explain them a little bit. These are what's called package films. Disney did shorts collections that were sort of loosely strung together as a way to survive World War II. Half their, it's like the government wanted them to make propaganda films, which they did. These are not those. This is just, they were making like short films to encourage people to buy war bonds or whatever you did. And like half their force had been drafted. So this is what just helped them survive. So we'll kind of gloss over these because by and large they're not good. Saludos Amigos, which is made up of 4 South American-themed shorts in an effort to sell Latin America on the idea of, I don't quite know, liking America in this World War II time.
I actually... Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Trustful!
Yay!
Well, they had lost a lot of access to Europe.
That's also true, yeah.
And so they were looking at essentially like new distribution channels.
That's true. So Saludos Amigos is 4 shorts based on South America with brief interludes of, look, here's the trip our animators took to South America to learn about stuff. Given that it was 1941-ish, it is surprisingly culturally sensitive, which, considering that they were actually marketing to these countries, is good. But considering white men in the 40s, I was impressed by that. It seemed to avoid too much exoticism.
Yeah.
And we are introduced to the character of Jose Carioca, who we will see later. He is a parrot. He is from Brazil, and his actor is actually Brazilian. Again, this was the 40s. That's impressive. Also, Donald Duck's in it.
I like me some Donald Duck. Donald Duck is my favorite non-Darkwing Duck primary Disney character. I even enjoy the Donald Duck who's having a midlife crisis watching his nephews.
I thought that was your favorite
Pack.
Donald.
Kind of is.
We met Donald.
We did. Donald's good.
He was wearing a sombrero and a serape.
So what was our next big film?
Right,
That's mostly what I want to talk about.
Well, so The Three Caballeros is in here, which people have heard of, and I don't think they realize it's a package film and is very, very weird, which it is.
Oh, there's the thing I can jump off there. No wonder I'm screwing up. No wonder I'm dying.
I'm scrolling through my Twitter feed to remember what I did with myself. Fun and Fancy Free is another package film. Melody Time, package film. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad you've probably heard of. It is 2 shorts. One is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. One is Wind in the Willows. They're fine. And now, we enter the Golden Age and return to actual movies with Cinderella, which I liked.
Cinderella was good. I especially enjoyed the part where they died to a grenade.
That didn't happen in the movie.
So good.
That was Kingdom Hearts.
Bad things happened to Lady Tremaine because she was a bad person, and then she blew up in a grenade, and Aqua was like, huh. Peace out, I suppose.
That did happen.
It was really good.
It was not in the movie. That did not happen in the movie.
I mean, I know what I saw.
I think this was the first time that we both...
You got to put in a code to get that good Disney Plus stuff.
I think this movie did have... I think Cinderella did have the first time we both just threw back our heads and laughed at a joke.
Yeah, some good stuff in there.
That might be the first instance of that when he says that's his problem. That's a good joke.
Oh, so close.
It was a good...
This part's all right.
It's a good acknowledgement of fairy tales. There's a bit where it's like, the king is desperate for his son to get married because he wants grandkids, and his son's a layabout. Prince Charming.
You gotta also secure the lineage.
Yeah, you do.
I think that's probably I bet in the original that factors in.
Yeah, but he's and the prince is gonna, he's interested in the woman with the glass slipper, but she's gotten away, and so the king is like, we'll make it a royal decree. Whoever fits the slipper is the one he'll marry. And the duke says, but any number of women could fit this slipper. And the king says, that's his problem. And we laughed real hard.
It was very good. I enjoyed that one. I felt like a classic for a reason.
I think so.
It told a nice story. What's going on down here? Oh boy, that's fun. Okay. What followed that?
Something very appropriate to what we're doing here, Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, help me.
We both liked it. It's actually really funny.
I really enjoyed Alice in Wonderland, significantly more than I thought I was going to.
I had seen bits of it before. I hadn't seen the whole thing.
Okay.
I think, Matt, we disagree on this movie and the next one. I rank the next one above this, and Matt goes the other way.
Good reason.
Yes, we'll discuss. We both have good reasons. Yours probably is a little harder for me to counter.
Oh, yeah. At no point one of us going right or wrong. It's
Yeah.
just what we're talking about here.
My main issue, I think, with Alice in Wonderland is that it basically has no... well, first of all, it's very weird, but it's funny. It's like The Emperor's New Groove, almost. It's much wackier than you're used to from Disney. It essentially has no story, but considering that it's just, look at this weird place, that plays a little bit better than in something like Bambi, which you would expect to have a bit more of a story, considering his mother gets shot. You would expect more of a plot to be wrapped around that, and there really isn't. Whereas
But Megan, the horny animals.
I don't like
Uh-oh.
I don't like that bit. I don't like it at all.
Going on down here?
But yeah, the plot of Alice in Wonderland is she is bored.
Whoa.
She's bored at lessons and then sees a rabbit in a waistcoat and says, "What could a rabbit possibly be late for?" and follows him to find out, and then gets sick of all this nonsense and wants to go home. The end.
I like that. It's weird. It's very weird. It's a pretty good film though.
It is. It was funny.
Shame about those oysters. It was the saddest thing that's ever happened.
That was messed up. That was very messed up. I almost said something else, but I caught myself.
I appreciate it. That's very nice of you. And then we saw
Peter Pan. You have to say it like that. You have to talk like Captain Hook. It's the law. I don't make the rules. This was also quite good.
Oh, I missed.
I liked this one better than Alice in Wonderland because it had... This is the first one that really felt like modern, contemporary storytelling the way that I am used to it. It's setting up... It sets up plot threads early without, by working them in, without exposition dump. It has character development. It's a little easier for... It tells a movie the way I'm used to a movie being structured. And so I appreciated that. I think it was the best structured story I think we had seen so far.
Yes, I agree with that absolutely. It is blisteringly racist.
In one part, but okay.
In one overwhelming part. I know you're not defending it, so I don't want anyone to think you are.
No, it is a very unfortunate product of its time in that it has some real bad portrayals of Native Americans. They are, to their credit, these said Native Americans are not the bad guys. But they have a whole song, and it's really something. I want to apologize to all Native Americans everywhere for the existence of this.
And a big frustration I have is that I don't think Disney does enough to kind of call out. There should be something that plays on the screen when you go into that. Not that part, but when you load the movie up of going hey, this part is bad.
It was it was a product of its time. We're leaving it in because the way that I think
Warner is really good at that.
Hanna-Barbera, the Tom and Jerry people.
But Warner does too.
Warner does too. Yeah, when they release these old collections that have some unfortunate common viewpoints that were products of their time, they'll say they're being presented in their original form because to do otherwise would be to pretend these never happened.
And I think part of... I've had a little more exposure in my life to the mistreatment of Native peoples, mostly because of the football team I was a fan of growing up, which...
being the Washington Footballsmen.
Yeah, the Washington Footballsmen, because I don't say the name. It's a slur. But that was my favorite team growing up, because I liked some of the players on it, like Art Monk and Darryl Green.
And you also grew up in the...
I grew up
in the broadcast area.
Yes. So... I was unable to, without passing judgment on anyone who is able to, I was not able to get past that.
It was hard to watch, and as I'm saying, in the future we can fast forward past the song, but yeah, it's a little, and I think that's why Matt puts Alice above Peter Pan, because as you said, you have too hard a time forgiving it that.
Disney does a better job in the future. I mean, one coming up, Lady and the Tramp, also has some real rough bits, but not as rough because it's hard to do that.
That brings us to Lady and the Tramp,
which I also really liked. And that was a movie that you watched a lot of growing up.
This first time
I'd ever seen it.
So Lady and the Tramp is, thanks to Disney's habit of re-releasing films constantly, Lady and the Tramp is the first movie I ever saw in a movie theater. And I know it was one of the ones we owned, so I watched it approximately 4 billion times growing up. The movies I saw a bajillion times when I was growing up were Pinocchio, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty, which is coming up tonight, and Sword in the Stone. and Robin Hood. So I'm curious to see how all of these movies will hold up. Pinocchio, I didn't remember enough of. It had been too long, and I do not remember it being that weird.
I'm really excited. I think of the ones I haven't seen yet, I'm excited to see Robin Hood.
Robin Hood in my memory is real good.
I know.
I hope it holds up.
And people still talk so fondly about it. It's something I wish I didn't have. Disney Channel was for rich people when I was a kid. Because it was never in cable by itself.
I was not a rich kid, but
you were not.
We were comfortable enough to afford a premium channel here and there.
That was just my interpretation of it. So I've never seen Robin Hood. My knowledge of most of these early Disney things is from the Disney Adventures comic book that you would get for like $2 at the grocery store checkout counter, which is where I first learned about Tailspin and stuff like that. So I have like affection for that. Oh, it's okay. I was no longer seeing. I was just feeling, and it felt wrong. So I'm looking forward to seeing all those. Lady and the Tramp was super. Same thing. Super cute.
But not in a tooth-aching way.
No, it was.
My nostalgia did not lie to me.
No, it was very.
It did have a few unfortunate bits. There is an Irish cop. There is...
The cats are the worst part.
The cats are the worst part. There are a pair of Siamese cats. They are Asian.
They're racist.
They have... during when I was a child, did not notice the buck teeth. There's some dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee that always goes on when...
Yeah, a lot of Orientalism.
A lot of Orientalism. They have a song. They have an accent. It's not great.
I did it wrong. I just felt it. I went, I'm gonna do it. I gotta do it. I just gotta screw it up first, and then I screwed it up.
And there are 2 Italian restaurant owners, which to me is kind of the worst part because, when I was growing up, I did not. You don't recognize stereotypes for what they are when you're growing up.
Yeah.
You learn later, and yes, I did figure out later that Si and Am, the Siamese cats, that's a problem.
Oh, too far.
I'd forgotten about the Irish cop until he showed up on screen. It's a very small bit. But Tony, the owner of the restaurant, that's where the spaghetti happens. Everyone knows the spaghetti in Lady and the Tramp.
It's literally all I knew about the film going in.
Spaghetti. There's spaghetti.
It's the whole thing.
So they are very he and his other restaurateur, Joe, are very...
Yes!
Yes! They're very stereotypically Italian. They have big mustaches, and they speak with the accent, you know. I'm sorry. It is 4:43.
Okay.
I'm sorry for doing the accent. I was illustrating.
Oh, that's not a feather. That's just death. Oopsies.
I feel bad about them, not because they're markedly worse than any of the others in the movie, but because when I was 9, he sets up a whole table in the back because they're going to have these catering dinner to these dogs. It's hilarious. And he calls in to Joe and he says he's going to have the spaghetti heavy on the meatballs. And he says, but Tony, dogs don't talk. And he comes in person and goes, he's a-talking to me. And when you are 9, that shit is hilarious. You'll have to bleep me again. I'm sorry. But it is. That was the pho.
Hi. How are you?
You're lasers.
Laser. Oh,
So-
I have to hit you, don't I?
That's why I feel bad about that one, because I laughed really hard at that when I was a child. Like, we all did. We shouted at each other in my house. So, on behalf of Italians everywhere, I'm sorry that I thought that was funny. In my defense, I was a child, but I have no defense.
Oh, help me! What is... Oh, this is...
I deserve lasers.
I'm glad this is the last one for me today, because what's even happening? Oh,
know.
lasers!
Has she done this before with the crazy hair?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
this was a whole thing here. Oh, okay. I gotta figure that timing out because I'm not yet.
Well, good. We're up to speed on Disney movies, so you can devote all your attention to this.
Let's go. I'm just time to wrap up.
Tonight we watch Sleeping Beauty,
Stop shooting me! That's mean.
which is one I have fond memories of. Apparently, I vaguely remember this. When I was but a wee lass, me and my my little friend Kate Stremme would watch this movie constantly. Okay. And so, as 6-year-old girls do, we would act it out. We would play Sleeping Beauty. And my mother has told me, has very fond memories of the two of us saying, she will prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die, and then collapse into giggles. Which, picturing 2 6-year-old girls doing that sounds pretty great.
Yeah, that does seem pretty good.
So I'm looking forward to it. I hope that it is like Lady and the Tramp and that my nostalgia holds up.
Come here, you. Ah!
Oh! Yay!
Woo! Stop it. Stop throwing stuff at me. I have to do the wrap up. Oh, what's even going on down here? That didn't work.
Spikes.
All right, one more try to kind of learn what's happening here. Okay. Hang on, I got.
What even happened to you there?
Oh, the spike hit me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I can do that. But do I want to hit you from this side? Oh, it kicks me back over to that side. I want to figure out this little bit and then probably call it.
And
come
say
back
you
to
have
me.
4 minutes if you want to stop at 10 up.
Ah! I can make it through this room. It's a short room. All right, she shot me. I can talk. So
I'm
this
glad
is
to hear
going to be right up right again. So yeah, the Disney rewatch go well. Thank you very much for joining me for this, Megan. This has been a lot of fun. It gave me something to talk about other than how much I was dying, and I made it through a ton of this level with you today.
I'm your good luck charm.
That's always been true. And a lot of incredible things happen, and it's all on film because I'm great and you're great. Video games are great. And Fridays are great. And weekends are also great. Have a great weekend, everyone. If you're watching this when it goes up. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.